hosted Ironbow in the Costa Island. So at the time, as I sponsored some of the parents, students, and the builders to invite them to the Ironbow at the time. So it's kind of the doing fellowship program for the local builders.
Yeah, hey everyone, hello everyone at Marmara University. So thank you so much for having me. So I'm Chaerin, working at the Solana Foundation. So it's really exciting to be here with all of you. So I've been looking forward to this one. So I know there are a lot of talented students and builders in this room. So I hope by the end of today, at least a few of your walk out with an idea you're the trying to build. So here's what I want to talk about today. So the Solana builder ecosystem. So what Solana actually is under the hood and who the whole ecosystem is structured and all the ways you can plug in and start building. So whether you're the developer or founder or just curious and here to explore, there's a path in here for you. So let's get into it. So a quick intro first. So I'm Chaerin. I work in the developer operations team, APAC Tech at the Solana Foundation, and I'm based in South Korea. So I've been at the foundation for about 4 years now, and my whole job is basically growing the developers in an ecosystem across Asia. So a big part of what I do is exactly this. So showing up in different countries and meeting builders and figure out how to support the local community. Now, I know a lot of you here are already well known in blockchain and Solana, but I still like to take a moment to walk through what Solana is really trying to achieve. So let me start with the why. So Solana's mission is pretty simple to say, but huge in scope. It's a decentralized blockchain built to power scalable, user-friendly apps for the whole world. And the keyword there is user-friendly. So the bigger vision is to completely change the digital world into something that's owned and operated by users, not by a handful of big platforms. So that's the goal we are aiming for in everything we build. So now, why hasn't that already happened? So the honest answer is scalability. So for years, the single biggest thing stopping real market and real businesses from running on blockchains was that the chain just couldn't handle it. So it comes down to four things: cost and speed, experience, and security. So if transactions costs are expensive, slow, annoying to use, or not secure enough, you're never going to get mass adoption. So Solana was built from the day one to solve exactly that, to be ready for real, everyday used at scale. So how does that actually show up? So let me walk through it. So first, finality. So basically how long until your transaction is logged in for good. So with the Alpenglow upgrade, so we have a new consensus algorithm called Alpenglow. So with the Alpenglow upgrade, that drops from the about 12.5 seconds down to around 100 to 150 milliseconds. So that's faster than the swapping a credit card on Visa. Second, there's a fee. So the base fee is less than a tenth of 1 cent. So basically, it's free. So for the kinds of consumer apps you all want to build, payments, games, social, the cost basically disappears. Third, throughput. So that just means how many transactions are the network can handle per second. So tens of the second, a thousand, tens of thousand in theory, and the network keeps pushing that number higher. And fourth, and this one matters a lot, client diversity. So there's a new second independent client called Firedancer, built completely from scratch, running live on the mainnet alongside the existing clients. We have already have a like a basic client called Agave, and also we have Firedancer, and we have a lot of the clients on Solana network. Outside of the Ethereum, there's no one built many clients like this. So Solana is second one who built their own client outside of the basic client. So in plain terms, the network no longer depends on the single code base, like one the client, so it's much harder to break. And finally, reliability. The new Alpenglow components, water and loader, are designed to keep blocks coming steadily even when the network under heavy load. So we are becoming uh, fast and dependable for the entire Solana ecosystem and network these days. So I wanna also introduce about like our the Solana Foundation role and the role of the each organizations in the Solana ecosystem. So this is the part that confuses a lot of people. So for this entire Solana network, like for example, Alpenglow and other core clients, and for like a business side, every like a Solana organization are trying to make more better better network. So we have a foundation, Reps, Anza's Superteam is official organization in the Solana ecosystem. So first of all, foundation is that's us. We grow the developer and business side. For example, we had a deal with Western Union or Visa, MasterCard, and also we are working on the like a developer growth like this. So plus marketing, communication, and events. Also, we have labs. They build products. Solana Mobile, Seeker, and Saga are theirs, and they run Incubators program. Also, we have Anza. Anza has a deep tech forks. So, for example, Agave and and the core client and SDK are is coming from the Anza. So they have a deep tech forks like this. And also we have Superteam. So Superteam is like this is the one I really want to remember. So they support builders at the regional level. So think of them as local chapters that meet builders in their own languages and their own culture. So for example, Korea have Superteam Korea and Japan have a Superteam Japan. Also, we recently launched Superteam in Vietnam. So finally, we have a Superteam Vietnam for Vietnam community. So here's how the foundation and Superteam fits together. The foundation operates globally, big narratives, big events, the worldwide stuff, and Superteam handles the local layer, a community for the local builders in their local own language that actually understand your context. So here's some exciting news I mentioned earlier. So Superteam Vietnam is officially right here. It's coming and running, which means there's now a real home base for the builders like you right here in Vietnam. So here's the whole thing in one picture. Foundation reps and Anja up top. The super team connecting everyone to the local level. For example, Super Team Malaysia have Jupiter and Drift. And yeah, so the Solana network is like underneath it all. So with the different clients and infrastructure keeping running, and each pieces have its own their own job, but they all point to the same goal, helping you build and make more better network ever. So time to talk about why Vietnam for the Solana network. So why Vietnam? So why am I really excited about this market and why we are doing a lot of things in Vietnam market? So a few reasons. One, you have a massive and fast growing developer talent pool, and for builders, that's a great place to grow. That's the single most important thing. Two, Vietnam has one of the highest crypto adoption rates in the entire world. It's a real grassroots interest, not hype. Three, you have got a young mobile first population that picks up new tech faster than almost everywhere, anywhere. And four, Vietnam is already the foundation for a lot of the Solana project. So the builders are here, the analysis is here. What we want to do is help the local community grow even faster, which roots right back to rebuilding super team here. So also I want to mention about what I do at Foundation. So here's what my actual day-to-day look like. So I grow a developer market across the ecosystem. I help build like a developer community in its country across APAC, including Vietnam. I work with university like this and also working with individual developers and institutions to help them adopt Solana without getting stuck on the technical roadblocks. And I work closely with the core contributors building the Solana itself. So the next few slides are the real examples of that. And a lot of these are things we want to bring to Vietnam too. First, I make a programs for local builders. For example, for Superteam Korea, I did Solana Advanced Bootcamp for the core developers and the senior engineers in South Korea. Also, I do similar thing in Japan. So also Japan has a like a Solana community, and also they trying to grow the Web3 community. So we are trying to gather more people after launching the bootcamp course like this. So as first one thing what I do at the foundation. Also, I do hosting some meetup and supporting some meetup in local. For example, we have a super team Chaerin right now, but a half years ago we didn't have one. So at the time, I supported some of the local builders to have some AI builder meetup like this. So it's kind of I did. Also, we have a, for example, we have a like a co-working events like Iron Down. It's a kind of like doing some of the co-working events in the specific island. For example, in Thailand, we hosted Iron Down in the Koh Samui Island. So at the time, as I sponsored some of the Thailand students and the builders to invite them to the Iron Down at the time. So it's kind of the doing the fellowship program for the local builders. Also with the AMA, like Ask Me Anything, like a local session for the local builders. So usually, for example, for South Korea, they prefer like having discussion in Korean, not English. So we usually do like local events in their own local language. Also, Japan and other countries, that is the reason why we have a super team for each country. Also, I did like a lot of things for the with like a local context for each countries. Yeah. Also I do like a technical like solution engineering for institutions. For example, we did we had a deal with the Taiwan card issuers in South Korea too. So I do tech for institutions like this. For example, we have a Contra as recently changed its name to the private channel. So we are doing a lot of things for this, like a for like a making some deal with institution, also introducing Solana to them to onboard them to the Web3 and the Solana ecosystem. And also, we are making some the regular local the boot camp like this. So also, we are working on the making some the Solana entire the boot camp in Vietnamese too. So we did a similar thing in South Korea and Japan. So this is for the targeting some local like developers their in their own language. So we are doing a lot of things for the expanding our developer ecosystem in APAC these days. So if you have feedbacks on this one of developer user experience, or if you want to see more programs, or you wish there were more practical resources for builders, please feel free to share. So at the last slide of this presentation, there's my Telegram handle, so you can ask me and you can come say hi, or you can again propose specific the programs which one you needed. And I would like to introduce some of our foundation grants and ecosystem grants per team earn, and the incubator program and other programs in the Solana ecosystem. So it's kind of, oh, how can I get money in the Solana ecosystem? So for example, first of all, we have a grant from the foundation. So grant means like sponsoring specific product, and you can get some money based on the milestones. But for the foundation grants, we only sponsor public goods. It's in terms of um, open source. So usually we've sponsored open source from the foundation, but there is another option called ecosystem grants. Ecosystem grants is from the Solana project, and also we have a Super Team Earn. Super Team Earn is kind of bug bounty, so you can check all of the requests on the side, and you can apply it, and you can after you do some work for them, you can earn money after that. So you can get some the reward as stablecoin like this. So it's kind of getting some money and increasing your and make a good making good reputation in the Solana ecosystem. Also, we have a grant series like this, Super Team grants and mobile builder grants, and we have a lot of the grants from the ecosystem, so you can check here. Also, we have a Super Team Black. Super Team Black is kind of incubator and it's kind of like accelerator in the Solana ecosystem. So you can get some more details from the Entrance Twitter, or you can search Super Team Brag on the Twitter or the on the or the their website. So you can check the more details about like a current grants program and incubators. Also, we have incubator accelerators in the Solana ecosystem. So it's for the founders. So for example, the Solana incubator is running in New York. So you can apply it, and after that, you will stay for the 3 months in the New York, and you can get some feedbacks from the real founders in the NYC. Also, Solana have accelerators. You can submit at any time when you want. So there is a whole list for the incubator accelerators. So it could be outdated because it's from the February 2nd post, but Corosium and the Solana Incubator by Solana Labs, they are continuously giving some the details about the program, so you can search more on their official website. So there's a lot of the incubators, accelerators. So there's so many opportunity and chance to get into the Solana ecosystem and getting fund. So also we have opportunities for the who wanna get into the specific the Solana project. So there is just Solana jobs website, official website. It's running by the Solana Foundation, so you can enter the URL on the Explorer. So it's high risk jobs, so you don't have to worry about like oh if it is scam. So it's like it is organizing by our team like in the Solana Foundation. So yeah, you can check the whole of the high risk job in the Solana ecosystem, and you can apply and you can check the JD on the website. And also, I would like to introduce like a Breakpoint London. So in the Solana ecosystem, we had a lot of the events and meetups in local. So usually the super team handles the local events, and Solana Foundation is preparing Breakpoint. It's kind of annual the Solana conference in the Solana ecosystem. So I think you can start from the local meetups, and then you can after that you can go to the other global events like a Breakpoint. It's kind of like a recommended like a progress to build your own product in the Solana ecosystem and to make many friends in the Solana ecosystem. So yeah, Breakpoint has annual conferences and your conference in the Solana ecosystem, so you can meet some people and the builders and high profiles in the Solana ecosystem here. So I really recommend if you want to build on the Solana and if you want to meet some VCs or the co-founders or meeting some opportunities, I really recommend to go to the Breakpoint. So it will be held in London this time, and yeah, so it's annual event in the Solana ecosystem. So yeah, so far I covered everything for how to get into the Solana ecosystem and how can I get some funds from the ecosystem. So thank you so much for listening. So if you take one thing away, so the ecosystem really wants to help you build, and the strong local community here in Vietnam is something we're actually working on. For example, we have a Superteam Vietnam, and one more thing, we have a twin, a local hire. So if you have any questions, please feel free to ask Tuan or myself or the Super Team Vietnam. So I'm also super easy to reach. So my Telegram is decentralized. L is number one. So Twitter is also decentralized with underbar here. So yeah, so, and my DMs are wide open. So yeah, got an idea? No questions? Just want to say hi, send me a message anytime. So thank you for the listening and thank you for having me today.